I'm not talking to nobody that's not in the chat. How many do y'all know I come up here? Well, 2 to 3 reasons, right? Oh, no, I do not have a Swifter. So, put it on my channel. Stay gay. I hope you be happy the rest of your life. Gay mean happy, right? I'm so glad you're happy. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I did not come up here to discuss anything but be yourself, right? And to do my our daily bread. That's what I come up here for. Okay, you get ready to get off. Y'all ain't got time for y'all stupid self. Okay? I ain't got time for it. It's too hot. And I'm not turning my air on right now. So I came up here to do the Our Daily Bread. And to address this old lady. And I'm about to tell y'all her name. Y'all should know her by now. She been on YouTube, y'all, for the longest. But she got more popular by coming on my lives every day to see what I was doing and emulating it on her channel. I had to hide her from my channel. But YouTube always show me her stuff that she do that try to copy me. Go look at the post that I posted. Okay, that's the most views I ever got on my videos was going in my bedroom and changing my bedroom to some brighter colors and stuff like that. And I did it under $40, and I have not done it again yet because I haven't been monetized. The thing about it is this lady, old lady, she been monetized, but she don't have her own ideas. She just always come over here on my lives or go look at my old videos and try to emulate them. And the reason I said be yourself is be yourself. Because you just can't go around. I don't know what she been doing her whole life. The lady is in her 70s. But you just can't go around your whole life trying to be somebody else. You know? But whatever works for her. But they already monetize you. Why are you why you can't come up with your own content? And if you getting money. I don't understand. She went and go look at one of my old videos where I was making my bed, and I got the most views in all my videos. It was making a bed, trying to make my room more brighter, and I just wanted a different change. And I'm still dealing with uh, being on a budget, right? This lady done been monetized, and she get a little SSI, whatever she get, and her son's. There's something wrong with him. His check too. So she got money, right? And a lot I notice YouTubers do that because they already got bank, right? And what they do is they come to my channel, see what ideas I'm doing, and because they got more money and more people, right? More people, more views, right? I'm a small, big time channel, and I've been saying it. I'm in Virginia. I'm still in you. Okay? What I'm trying to say is, it don't make no sense that YouTube have to, every time this lady do content similar to mine, they they show it to me, and I've been told YouTube to hide this lady from my channel because I saw her copying stuff that I was doing and making videos out of it because she was doing more videos than shorts, and she originally was over on TikTok. And I asked her one day, I put her on blast. She was on my live, and I said, Miss Lady, why you keep coming over here on my lives and then telling everybody in my live that where she were from and try to get them like to get them to subscribe to her and all that stuff? And I was like, I don't do stuff like that. I barely go on other people's lives, you know? And when I am there, you know, if the content is suitable for me, I will like it. I may not stay up there the whole full, but if I am there, I don't go there to look for content, to copy people, because it's just not have ever been me. I've always been original. I'm not like a copycat. You know, when I was at school, I used to do my work so fast, and people were always like wondering, and they'd be looking and trying to see. And I used to cover my paper when I would do my paper. I cover my paper because I don't think it's fair for a person to sit there and use your brains, and then they get props for using your brains. I just don't. I just don't. I don't take to them type of people. They're the same type of people that take food out your mouth, you know? And I'm just like, I'm like fed up. And I just want YouTube to just stop sending that lady stuff over to me because she don't know what to do. And at first it was all about her van, and then it was all about her property, everything that she had. You know, okay, you have things, you have material things. At the end of the day, when your material things and all that stuff is gone that you have bought or you have obtained, or these things you have, what do you have to give, to show for? if you didn't have those physical things. You know, because see, the thing about the ironic thing about it is God been giving me things and these things free that's expensive, like new with tags on it. And that shows you right there. It's not about your material stuff that you have. Because the devil tried to fool me the same way in 2020 when God had told me to open up this channel in 2020. He was like, you going to do it. The devil was like, you going to do it in that old kitchen. And then he was saying too that you had insets and stuff like that. Said a lot of people, rich folks, got those, you know. But another third thing he got me with was your mouth raggedy, you know, things like that. So just imagine, you know, and I can't go back because not only that, I was drinking in 2022, and I was a hot mess because you can see some of the videos and stuff and some of the pictures that I posted whatever. Back in 2020, I was still drinking. I probably would have been kind of like rude and stuff, like extra, like no filter, and I don't think I would have did it though. I think I would have started off like that, but I don't know. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you have to be original. You just can't sit around and wait on to Sheri go on a live or Sheri do a short or Sheri do a video and then you go, oh yeah, she got a hold of something. She got something going on. Let me go do this. You know, most of everything that I do, I'll be sitting around or God will tell me, you know, most of the time it's God. He tell me, you know, to do this, to do this. And then some of the stuff, you know, it's just kind of like my personality. Like the funny stuff, the mustache stuff, and, you know, the Jesus character and stuff. That stuff is just, I'm just a funny type person. You know, I got that from my dad and my mom. I love to laugh. You know, I tattooed it on my hand, you know. But majority of the stuff, like, what I come up with and the things that have happened on my channel, on lives, it was God, you know. and what I was saying was, and I put in the post, and I called this lady Miss M. All she had to do is talk to God, and God will let her know how to go about with her channel. Because at first it was all about, you know, her land, her house, and stuff like that, you know. You know, a lot of times, you know, sometimes people just don't want to sit around and keep on watching nobody's houses and stuff like that because, you know, they have the people, celebrities, the thing they call celebrity cribs that we used to watch and stuff like that. They still have that stuff where they can go and see people's nice homes. And then that channel that I used to watch on Lifetime where they'll take people's houses and then they rebuild them. You know, they knock them down and rebuild and stuff like that. They have those channels. I mean, they have those, like, been around forever. You know, when she jumped out there and did that, it was kind of like, I mean, it might have drawn people in. That's people that are materialistic. It's a difference, you know. If you're materialistic, you're going to fall for that one. But after the materialistic part is gone, what else do you have to offer, you know? You can't just keep going to a person like me that is full of ideas, and every day you just come over here and just say, oh, what's she doing today? Because I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got nothing. Let me go steal from her and get back over here and get this YouTube check. Because I got to pay all these bills, all this stuff I have. You know, because that's just the type of person I am. Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out, this lady got all this stuff. I know she got a handicapped son, and I'm sitting there like, who's gonna pay all that stuff for her, and who's gonna do all the? I'm like, whew. And you asking for thousands and thousands of subscribers. The more subscribers you have, that's more pressure because you're gonna have to get videos out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You will have to get something out there, some type of content for to keep them company. And you know, I'm sitting here because I don't even have 2,000 yet, but I got how many videos over the amount of subscribers I have? Why do I have that? So I can have something to fall back on. I mean, make it make sense. You know, this lady, she's terrible with it, y'all. All I can do is pray for her because it's weird. I'll never forget when I kept on seeing her pop up in my thing, and then my studio had showed me that she was watching my channel, and it was showing it in my community. And then she came on my live, and she kept on saying, telling the people on my live that I was talking to for like every day, like 3 times a day. I would get on live 3 to 4 times, and she would tell people, "Oh yeah, I'm over here. I used to live in Virginia and all this and stuff." I'm like, why are you telling my subscribers that? For what? So I investigated and I went to her channel. And she had been doing it from like 2015, 19. And then now all of a sudden you get monetized because you're over here copying the things that I'm doing on my channel. But anyways, it is what it is. But this is the thing about the whole thing. You know how people be doing stuff and think they're getting away with it? God is watching everything and everything we do. He's always, you know, the watchman. Always. Always. Like the lighthouse. You know? Always. So, I got up here to read this, but for some reason, I don't know, it just don't feel good in this kitchen. Because I got hot, and then I don't know. Y'all, Virginia weather is weird. And I went out a couple times a day. And then some of the, like, stores, I went to the McDonald's. That was the air on. I went to, was it Dollar General? General Dollar? The air was on. And then when I get back out and I'm walking and I'm hot. And I didn't have a lot of clothes on. So I'm like trying to figure out this weather. It's weird, y'all. But it's hot in here. It's kind of like stuffy. But I don't want to, you know, if I put my windows up, it's going to be problems because the neighbors, they just always make all these kind of noises anyway. So, and then, yeah, I live in a house where it's low. The windows are low. I've always been skeptical about a low window. I watched a lot of movies with crazy stuff. So, yeah, y'all know today makes, I believe, 9 months. Go from June the 22nd, right, to April the 22nd. Yeah. Is that 9 months? I believe so. YouTube. Jesus saved. Yeah, I've been doing this 9 months. And I ain't never seen no, I don't know. Y'all know any channels that move like I do? Because I do numbers. And I was looking at my numbers, and then the people that comment on my stuff, I go on their page and I look and I'm looking and I'm trying to, you know, scope them out because some people are just trying to figure out what I'm doing and how am I doing it. But I have to tell you this: I'm cheating. No, I'm not. Y'all, God helps me. You know, He helps me a lot, and I pray a lot. And I don't pray for things, but because I get a lot of things, like material stuff. I don't pray for things, but I do uh, pray and have prayed to be debt free and to be able to uh, feed the whole world. Them two prayers I've had on my life. So those simple prayers right there, you know, I can't be mad at myself, and I don't think God mad at me because I always think about other people. And debt free is so I can help feed the whole world, because that's one of the reasons why I went to the food bank to get my culinary arts certificate to be a chef certified. So I think that's the thing why people don't understand why my channel moving the way it's moving. Well, if you have prayers like me, and if you have been praying long as me, and if you fast like I do, and if you give up your plate and giving them your food to people that are hungry, and let me tell you this right here. I remember a couple of weeks ago I was telling people, I think when I went to the Hope Center or something like that, and I went in there and I was telling people, I said, you know how they used to pass around the plate and stuff like that, and I said I remember when I was younger, I used to always gave my last. I think I got that from my Blackfoot grandmama too, and the one that had 100 pocketbooks but never like carry them, but always would hide money and stuff and never know which one. And you got to sit in there for a long time to find out where her money is. Well, she gave away like her last, you know, and I think that's where I got that from. But what I'm saying is, when I was talking about paying tithes and giving things in different ways, well, the secret is God is blessing me through my YouTube channel. He's not like, and I will count the little material stuff, y'all. The shoes, the JC glasses, the hold on for a second. This table that I found that goes in those expensive houses where you see people with the name. This thing right here that I found, that I got all those views for that time. Well, and all this new stuff that I've been finding. So when I was saying like paying the tithes and stuff like that, and praying and fasting and stuff like that, and God answered your prayers and stuff like that. Well, to me, these little things like this, my findings and things that I get, I think that they're my rewards for trying and being obedient. And then when I do go to church, when I ain't got what, $2, $5, $10, $20, $40, whatever I give anyway, you know. So I be thinking, and know that my YouTube channel is moving because God wants it to move. And I know this, that YouTube like that I am original and natural. And not only that, I'm not all about big business, like all the big fancy cars and all that stuff. I would take a picture of someone when I'm on the side of the road, or walking, or if I'm in the car, or if I'm somewhere, it's something different, like an antique or something like that. You know, I be seeing antiques all the time. But I know people like stuff like that. So, yeah, basically, I've always been the type of person that think on my own. I think a lot. And I think because I think, and then sometimes too, I put myself in other people's positions, and have been in other people's positions, down to the guy with the bike, all his stuff on it. There's a story behind it. He been living out here in Buckrow for a long time. But Buckrow Hotel, during Buckrow Hotel season, where their rent go up, and then they want all the homeless people out of there so they can get all them people coming there like every night and every day, versus getting the $300, $400, $500 a week. So that's just the way they do in Buckrow. And so that's how I like made that video, because I'm always seeing this guy, whether I'm on a bus or something, he's always moving all his stuff, all that stuff. And, and I'm sitting there, and I always make sure I let them know. I know these are regular people, and they've been doing it for a long time. It's like a cycle. And I was telling him, I said, you know, if you get hungry or whatever, you need somewhere to go. I said, but he got a lot of stuff, y'all. He got more stuff than I got in my house, in my backyard. And I don't want him to think. I told him he can come in the backyard sometime and chill. You know, he ain't got to be on the street and he'd be in the back with a little tent or something like that. He was like, yeah. And then he said, do you have a bathtub? I'm just saying, y'all. I just always been that type of person or put myself in a situation or think as if I was in that situation. But that has gotten me in trouble so many times because people will take advantage of you, and some people are kleptomaniacs, and then what are some ones, they act like you don't know what you know. They get food stamps, they hold on to their food stamps and their SSI check, and then somehow mess it all up. Then they want to make it look like they homeless. I know those ones too because I have discernment. But what I'm saying is, I'm still that type of person. I'm like normal, you know. I could be, I could be a person that don't have, and I could be a person that middle class, and I could be an upper class person because I know how to survive. But still, because I have a heart and integrity and the type of person I am, I like to take care and do things for people. It was in me. It's called compassion. So anyway, so if that's to tell y'all about that. Just be yourself. Okay? God is gonna look out for you. If you believe in God, just be yourself and trust God. Don't trust everybody else though. And I'm gonna go ahead and read this because it's almost 11:30. So April the 22nd, basically. Deuteronomy, and it's chapter 10, and it's verse 14 through 19. Hold on for a second. Is that you, Alaska? Who was that doing all that jumping? So, oh Lord, I was just talking about it. Anyways, every time I put gel in my head, y'all, it make my head itch. Um, Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 14 through 19. You are to love those who are foreigners. For yourselves, we're foreigners in Egypt. Deuteronomy, and that's chapter 10, 19. Loving others with God's love. The people of Lee Chambon, France. Oh, Lee Chambon. Chambon. I heard this before. France risks everything to help save the lives of as many as 5,000 individuals, many of them Jewish children, during the Nazi occupation. The refugees fleeing their homes were hidden in the communities, homes, and farms. The town people were inspired by Pastor Andre Trushmi, who called on his congregation to help by referencing the words of Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 19. You are to love those who are foreigners. For yourselves were foreigners in Egypt. This command given to the Israelites comes in a passage that begins with the reminder that the whole earth belongs to God, who is, quote unquote, mighty and awesome. And that's in verse 17. Yet God chose to love the Israelites. And that's verse 15. He also cares for people in vulnerable and unfamiliar situations. That's verse 18. Including foreigners who weren't part of the nation of Israel. As the Israelites settled in their new home, they were to imitate God's love and care for those needing help, especially because they knew the unique struggles of being a foreigner. And that's verse 19. If we've been at a job a long time or lived in the same home, it's a fly in here, y'all. Same home. That's why I need a screen door. I gotta put that thing back up there too. For several years, God may give us the opportunity to show kindness to someone who feels like a foreigner. Foreigners like persons that feel like they don't belong there, they wasn't born there, or not familiar. Perhaps by providing helpful advice to a new coworker or assistance to a recently relocated family. When we do, we demonstrate God's love to those in unfamiliar, and often vulnerable situations. And that author is, that wrote that is Lisa and Samira. Okay. When did someone show you kindness recently? Kindness. Um, I've been I've been showing a lot of kindness, and I just talked about that um not too long ago. The majority people that's in service churches, you know. Um, the young lady over at Mount, what do I call it? Mount, what's the name of that church? Mount Olive. Yeah. She was just extra kind. She said, "You need help with your bags, your stuff. The stuff was already free." She said, "You need help with your bag." And when she saw me when I got out of the car, she said, "You look nice and all that stuff." She's just so nice. And she was talking to me, and she said, "You need help? Let me know when you're ready to go back to the car." And my bag was extra heavy, y'all. And she said, "I got it." I said, "She don't know how heavy it was. I know because I'm real strong." And I'm looking at her. I know she's strong too, but I know. I said, "You can help me," because I know she was eager to help. She just had that same compassion that I had. And when she lifted the bag up, I said, "No, you lift, and I'm gonna hold the back end of it." And she's like, "That's a good idea," because she felt it. And then when she had it over, like had it like this, like Santa Claus do, like this, and I had the back end of it, it's like neither one of us was carrying weight at all. It's like each other's balance. So yeah, the help, from the churches and stuff like that, and that was like some extra help because she was just like so eager to help me. And then this other lady, I don't even know if it was her grandmother or what, but she was over there and I helped her too. She was right by all the shoes, but she had something wrong with her foot. It was like arthritis or some type of deformity. And I said, "Ma'am, you need to get them shoes right there." She said, "Huh?" I said, "Your feet can fit them." Because I'm real good at that, right? And she said, "You sure this button is balled up like this can get in there?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." And so I bent over, started with the bad foot first. She said, "Yeah." And then in the other one, she said, "Oh my God, thank you." Because the other little girl the younger girl was sitting over there, and she was so eager to help me. It just like bounced off me, and I just started doing the same thing she was doing. I started helping people get the stuff out. I said, "Y'all want this?" And I saw the little girls coming. I said, I can't wear this, and I ain't got no nieces to wear this. This will look good on you. And my mama went and got in the car because she already know how I love to talk to everybody, and I'm always helping people. It's been like that all my life. But anyway, yeah, that's that's like example of kindness, y'all. And they were kind to me, extra kind when I went to that church, and then a lot of other few churches that I talk about all the time. But yeah, I never had been there before, never. So that extra stuff like that, and I know it comes from God. So how might you care for someone else? Same way I always do. Give up my plate, fast, pray for them, give them something to eat, help them out, shelter, clothing, whatever I have. Same thing that people do for me, I can do for them. It's just, it is what it is. The majority of the thing that I do for people is feed and pray for them. Because I tried that. I tried that, letting people stay with me. And it got me put out of my places. And then brought demons and stuff, and got me back to drinking and drugging and stuff like that. So I I have to I have to keep my priorities straight. My son told me that. I think he was 6 or 7 years old. He always told me that. So I have to keep my priority. I can't keep on trying to take care of other people until I'm all the way right. I can help, but yeah, I might need some assistance, this time. Yeah. So Heavenly Father, it's a prayer, y'all. Please help me to extend your love and care to others. I do that. Y'all, I do it a lot. A lot. Yeah. Been doing that a lot. That's my problem. I'm always it's my problem, but it's a solution. Because I know it's a solution. Because I'm just one of them. People can always sense things about people too. And, Larry, why you over here messing with me and I'm talking about our daily bread? Talking about red bones. Ain't nobody no red bone. I got a 10. Y'all, I'm gonna come back up later on tomorrow. And yeah. Yeah, later on tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be up tomorrow. I was gonna wait to 12 to do this one. 20 minutes to do the I'll just wait till tomorrow. Anyways, Wednesday almost here, y'all. I'm in Virginia. 20 more minutes to be the AM. It's the AM, not the PM. It's the PM, not the AM. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all why I came up with that. It's because I noticed certain cities and certain people move a different way. Some people just get out of bed at 1 a.m. and they're YouTubing, doing their YouTube videos. Or they're dropping them during that time. So, and I've seen it happen a few times while I've been YouTubing. And so I just came up with, drop something, a PM on an AM and an AM on a PM, because it really don't matter what time it is, y'all. It's always somebody's working around the clock. Who is that? God, y'all. Yeah, that's how I came up with that one. Yeah, because everybody's just doing different stuff and different movement around. And then after 12 o'clock, I'll be seeing a whole bunch of the foreigners, people in India and people they hop up here. When most of all the, when you think, most of the English and people that not in the Midwest or whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about, those countries. Ireland and all that stuff, where the people that talk in a different language, where they're all on here. And I've dropped in on them before, and I tell them, Jesus saves, God bless you. I don't understand exactly what they're saying, so I don't really get in on all this stuff. Some of them talk English too, because they learn it from us. because I have one particular young fella that subscribed to me that always say that I have pretty picture and I talk good. So he's learning English through me talking here. Weird, right? That's how they do it. How a lot of them do it is how, uh, over the seas, learn English and stuff, basically from some of their favorite people, YouTubers, or people they feel they can understand. Because he told me one time, he said, "You talk so clearly." I mean, I never heard his voice. No, I heard his voice because I went on one of his things and liked it. So, but he he's not English, but I believe he can speak English. Yeah, y'all. Jesus say